Hey everybody, hey everybody. Listen, no intro today. No intro today. This isn't that kind of video. So I don't want to do that, even though I'm wearing kind of a, on Wednesdays we wear pink. It has been one of the worst 50 hours, I guess, prior to everything happening. Or I should say my Monday and Tuesday was a complete wreck. As you know, Hurricane Beryl has made its way through Jamaica all the way through the coast to Texas and is now dispersed into a tropical storm and affecting other places. But what had happened with myself here is that this was a situation I thought we were going to be prepared for. It seemed like we were. And then as things took place and I started seeing news reports and everything that was happening, I was becoming more and more angry because I realized, oh, this is your fault. This has it's a natural storm, and of course power is going to go out, but there is a lot to the equation as to what happened to Houston in these past couple of days. We are still with 1 million people without power currently right now. I just so happen to be very, very, very lucky. But in those 50 hours, your boy was definitely contemplating some dark things. My babies were extremely stressed out. Like at first they were okay, and then they're not okay, and then they're okay. It's a lot. And I am going to share some footage that I have found over the internet with people who have been affected by this storm. A couple of my friends have posted some videos to show you how the flooding was bad. And not to say don't move to Houston, but I will tell people anytime you come here, it is cheap. Yes, it's a great place to live. If you are not prepared for hurricanes, if you're not prepared for tropical storms, tornadoes, this may not be for you. I had some people talking to me like I have never been through this before when I had a whole ice storm that happened not too long ago, a tornado that literally was, 50 feet from my apartment. And also many other hurricanes. Y'all have witnessed me in these kind of situations before. And you know that ice storm that I was in, we were without power for a while. The difference is it was cold. That's the difference. It was cold outside. So we can have no power and it's a struggle. And it's definitely mentally, messing with you. I'm at 3 minutes. I can't swear here. But this is a heat advisory. It's 105 degrees on the index also today. We're in the whole heat advisory this week, and all this happened. So it was a lot to take in. So I'm going to talk about what took place with this storm. I'm going to share some facts as well as some things that I find in my own opinion as to what is happening here and what's going on and where I think Houston can go a little bit forward, because we are on our own power grid. If you didn't know this about Texas, we're on our own power grid, the state. Okay. People say it's amazing. A lot of us would beg to differ. We notice some things that just do not make any sense. There's also some people with certain power companies we're asking questions about, like CenterPoint, TXU, and then you find out that people in other cities like Austin have folks who are CEOs of also energy companies that don't get paid as nearly as much as people for CenterPoint, which also works with other places outside of Texas. Either way, the news conferences I saw, I'm going to break down where is Greg Abbott of it all, the person who seems to make so many crucial decisions for Texas, but whenever there's a natural disaster, seems to be the last one to arrive on the scene. Ted Cruz, we don't even look for him no more. He's an embarrassment. And then also you have folks stepping in, trying their best, because we have a new mayor out here. I have so much to say. Y'all don't know. I was sitting here in the dark watching what I could with my battery at the lowest percent. My car doesn't have any AC in it right now that works. So I can't sit in the car. I got lucky the other day. My friend was available and was like, Matt, pump through. I had a couple of people who were hitting me up. One of my friends was in Montrose. I couldn't even get to him. The freeways were shut down in certain areas, and all the exits, can you imagine? All the exits going into downtown shut down. So people were getting locked on the freeway, having to turn around, find the police. Also the police are all out and about. I don't know if they've taken them out just yet, because there's still a lot of power down. Trust me, I can go outside It'll be 2 lights that are working, a whole strip of just nothing. And then also a lot of the damage that took place over here. So if you are currently without power right now with Hurricane Beryl, I send you my love. I send you my strength that I got today, because your boy was going through it. So I understand what you're going through, especially if you have children or animals or loved ones or elderly people that are in your home who depend on the power to live. And that's what a lot of us are angry about, and people aren't understanding. They're like, tough it out. A lot of us aren't built forward strong, baby. So like we depend on our city and our officials to have things together. Unfortunately, all of my food, Rika, has been, I am trying not to get emotional about that because I was really pissed off this morning. And I tried to save my food yesterday, but it was already gone. It was $300 something worth of food. So I was over it, because y'all know I've been saving my money, and because my channel's been a little, lately, I have been on my let's do this right kind of game. And so I come back today and I open my refrigerator, so much liquid, smelling like rotted food. It was disgusting. I was over it. I was so mad. I had to clean my entire refrigerator today. I'm good. I had to clean my house for that matter, because it just was a mess. It really was. So I'm gonna talk. I actually have visual aids today. This isn't just me talking. I have visual aids today. So let's talk about the schedule first, because I know you're wondering, Matt, is this going to be the week? Are you about to do this? And some folks probably saying sob story, this, whatever, that. I'm never going to wish no ill on nobody going through any sort of natural disaster. And they had to declare it that, because it is a natural disaster in Houston currently right now. It's really sad. My sister was without power. Everybody in my family was without power. My friends were lucky, and they had power, but they were on the opposite side of where I'm at. They're like 40 minutes away from me. So if there was no way for me even to get to them, because I normally would take the Beltway, which if you knew what the Beltway looked like, it was underwater. I was like, this is crazy. Okay, let's do this. My name is Maddie. You know what's up. My links are all in the about section. I'm going to do reactions. I do reactions on Patreon for as low as $1. I have Cameo, and I also have merch. I have links available in the about section. Love every single one of you. Hit the like button if you can for me, because it is important for YouTube and the algorithm to get me into the atmosphere of pay my bills, pay my bills. I got 2 fur babies, gotta buy litter, cats are expensive. I already see some of y'all coming in here. I appreciate it. Let me keep it rolling, keep it going, so we can be on track today. And because after this video, I have to go to sleep. I haven't had really any sleep. I can't sleep in heat. So we'll go over that in a second. Oh, screaming. I'm so tired. Breathe. Because I have, like, once the power came on, I didn't know what to do but just start getting shit together. Like, I couldn't even lay down. I was like, I took a shower. Also, there is a boiling water notice in effect. My precinct is on this side of it. They say, please do. We're not quite sure. The water here is okay. I can take a shower. I am not allowed to brush my teeth right now. Be careful. A lot of y'all who may be in Houston right now, you may not know, because the cell phones were down too. Oh, baby, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. So much shit was happening. And I know some of my Houstonians are in here right now. All my love to you. Hey, Bunny. Hey, everybody out here. Hey, Candy. This was weird. Remember, they acted like nothing was going to happen. Like, this was very much, oh, well, it's going to pass on by. It'll be okay. Whoop-de-woo. No, that's not at all what happened. And I actually will show you the Doppler of the whole thing taking place, so you can see how the storm literally went from a hurricane to a tropical storm, and then immediately into a huge hurricane right on top of us. We were not prepared. Like all the meteorologists, all that, they said it was going to go through. It'd be a tropical storm. It's going to be a little windy. Power may be out for a little bit, but baby, when it hit, it hit. Because my apartments are fucked up. I'm going to be real with you. My apartments are fucked up. There are people whose cars are totaled. Trees have fallen on buildings, homes. Somebody in my apartments had their car completely destroyed. Gone. There was a tornado that touched down in front of my apartments, not where my unit is, but in front. Yeah, that's the scary shit. I didn't even know this. This is prior to the live I took when I was on the live and I was talking to y'all, apparently a tornado had hit real quick and tore up the whole front of my apartment complex. It's weird looking at it. There's normally flagpoles that sit up with the American flag and stuff in the street, bent over, all the way knocked into the, how gutters are on the apartment complexes, knocked into the streets. It's insane. You can drive down neighborhoods and see trees uprooted. It's I say God is amazing, but I say nature is a motherfucker. Do not play with Earth. That's why we're talking about global and all that kind of stuff. And we're having these conversations about please pay attention. And when people say, do not take a storm lightly because you don't know what's going to happen. On a real note, I could still be without power right now. And also because of how many people are getting power currently, there could be a surge and it could cause an issue where we have blackouts because we want to be on our own grid. Anywho, if you want to throw me a tippy poo in my jar, help your boy out, replenish this refrigerator, but also because I missed 2 days where I was supposed to do content and it really did fuck my page up. And I was crying about that the other day because I'm like, yo, I actually want to do stuff, but I can't do it. Please and thank you with PayPal.me for such MattyRants, catch up MattyRants, and Venmo. On a real note, towards the refrigerator, but also DragCon's coming up, and I do have to travel. I am very excited to come to Los Angeles and see a lot of my Okay, hold on. Yep, hold on. See, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, here we go. Okay. Again, now you're seeing the effects that Beryl is having on now the internet and, of course, what's going on. So glad we got picked back up. It's okay. That wasn't the power didn't go out. It was just the Wi-Fi had a little, because people are getting their power back and everybody's logging back in. So it surges currently right now. So if that happens again, no worries here. But you see, Houston's like, that's what Houston's like right now. Hey, if it looks a little crazy, try refreshing it because it looks like it got back to full bars again. But it may need a refresh on your end from YouTube. Okay. Let's pull up our guide today. I also have some people I want to give some love to and some thanks to who have sent some tippy poos. More than appreciate you all in my life. You do not understand. Trust me. First of all, Monica hit me up this morning. Hurricane replacement. So glad you and the babies are safe. Thank you so very much, Monica. Thank you so much for the wonderful tippy poo. I appreciate it. And you in my life forever, baby. So come on now. Crash, you already know what's up. Hey, friend. For a little something for you. Hope this helps. It most certainly does. Thank you very much, my baby. Ebony. For I don't have much, but I hope this helps. It does. And I thank you, my love. AC, I also saw you there too. Thank you so much for the tippy poo. I hope you find that job, baby, and keep on with the pushing on because it's around the corner. They're, around the fall, that's when they already throw a whole bunch at you. So keep on trucking through the summer. You got this. Ari, thank you so much for the tippy poo on Venmo to get you back on your feet. I appreciate you so much, my baby. And I thank you so much for this beautiful tip. And I thank you so very, very much, all of you, for even being here today. Hey, Mina. Oh, thank you, honey. I love your name is Mina, like my kitty. But thank you so much. Okay. I gotta talk about it. Let's get this up. Ooh, the Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi-ing. All right. In case you are wondering and how this all went down, I do have, again, the Doppler up so we can see it, but I want to give y'all some hope and understanding and knowing, and I know I'm moving a little slow right now, so please forgive me, but that's Hurricane Beryl for you. We're doing this tomorrow. Get ready. I am very excited. One of the things that actually lifted me up, if I need to text Jiggly about this, but also shout out to Drag Race Philippines in general. When I was really upset and I saw that this popped up and I was sitting in the dark and I'm like, oh my God. I said, Jesus, please, I need my power back on. because I have to have this conversation with the babies. I have to talk about the new Meet the Queens. First of all, Mama Pow, thank God you got rid of that ugly, ugly blonde. Not for you, sister, but this red is and this outfit is gang, and your buck is baked. You look good. Look at these nails. I love it. Oh, look at her. Look at her. She's amazing. Like, very that. So the Meet the Queens is actually going to be today, because July 11th is when it would be for the Philippines for their time frame. But for us, their actual Meet the Queens is coming out today at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to be in sleep because Maddie's got to rest. I need to get my energy back up because I got a lot to do tomorrow with House on Fire and this. So we will be discussing it later in the afternoon tomorrow. I want to make sure that my babies in the Philippines are up, and I know my time frame for when is a good 10 a.m. or a 9 a.m. number for the babies to have breakfast. And my Filipinos, my audience out there that I love so very much. I want to make sure I can get it on time. So that way everybody can enjoy the conversation in case they know some of these queens on the show. They can add a little something in there. Because, I love to hear things where I'm like, oh, I didn't know that about them. And have everyone's intake. So I'm very excited to talk about this. And I'm really happy that we get to review this show again. Shout out to Drag Race Philippines. Also, reminder, I will be doing House on Fire tomorrow too. I'm doing two lives. Actually, I might do an edited review of House on Fire because I'm kind of feeling like editing something right now. I mean, my juices are flowing. That power's back on. I feel the spirit. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go live for Philippines and I'm gonna do an edited review for House on Fire. Okay, cool. Break. Also, I'll have those reactions on Patreon. I'm clapping again. Oh, and then the rant report will be Friday. And then Saturday's All Stars 9. And then Sundays, the panel, Dooley will be back. And Gabby will be there. Because Gabby's now going to be main cast. What? Yeah. I've decided. I think I've decided that I'm going to just, I would like Gabby on as one of the main cast members for the Pan. I enjoy her energy. And she makes me happy. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to bring Gabs up in here. And of course, everybody's got different takes, and I like everyone's takes, but I'm here for Mama. So I think Gab is about to be put into that personal position, but I'm going to do something special for her for that because, I have to redo the merch, and that way Blake's shirt will be like a limited edition. If you were there, you were there. I also low-key want to keep Blake's glass on there. I think for Gabby's, it'll be a wrestling character. I think that would be very cute. Anywho, let's start this up. Let me go ahead and give you the Hurricane Beryl of it all. Now, I want to be very clear that we knew this would somewhat affect us. So it's not like we were in Houston and we were all like, oh, okay, what's this gonna be? Da 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 da. No, that didn't happen. That's not what went down at all, okay? Hold on, kids. What the hell? Hold on. I'm like, where are the visuals? We had the visuals. Don't make me pull up my other thing and I'm just going to do it from there because I will. Hold on, y'all. Desktop. I also forgot to have a lot of memory on this computer. This computer was low-key my portable battery. I kid you not. It shouldn't have been, but it was. It shouldn't have been, but it was. Hold on. I got to figure out what's going on with this. Why are we not playing? Oh, we got to force quit. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, I fixed it. Yay, look at me. I was like, what the hell? I was like, I know this worked. I proofread this today, kids. I did. Okay, share screen one more time. Okay. All right. This is Houston. The hurricane hit us on Monday. It was for a couple of hours. It fully left the city of Houston, I would say, around 6 p.m. And I'm going to show you on this Doppler radar in a second. I'm trying to pull up. For those of you who didn't know, it was already a hurricane that everybody, and I mean all of us, the United States even knew about, because it was covered on all local news of a hurricane that was in, the Caribbean, and it was going through, and it was going to knock Jamaica out. Jamaica got the worst of it, if we're really going to be honest with you, because while Houston definitely got damaged, and we are definitely in some pain right now, for real. Jamaica had it when it was like a category, what was it, 4, 3? They got it when it was much stronger. And there were people on vacation. There were videos being shown of folks at like hotels being told, we're going to have no power. We're going to have to batten down the hatches. There will not be room service. Like, I don't know how you're going to get out or what we're going to do, but like all that kind of stuff, right? So this hurricane was making its way through, where it was. And it was also getting weaker and weaker, and then it built back up. And it was one of the storms everybody kept talking about. Like every meteorologist on all the news stations I was watching was like, we're going to be talking about this one forever, because it's the way the storm didn't want to go. It was like, oh no, we're not done. Like even when they would make landfall, the storm would still keep it going. And you're going to see it with this Doppler rate. It was kind of crazy when I was watching this. I'm like, oh shit, this is serious. But this is how it looked like for me when we knew we were fucked. I kid you not. This is my phone. This is like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even playing. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning Monday. These were my notifications. Thank you, KHOU11. This is my 4 a.m. Bling, 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 bling. I was like, what? Tornado, what? I was like, oh, okay. Like, not even bullshit. I was like, oh, okay. I was in the bed. I wanted to sleep, not even gonna lie. It took me a while to get up, and I could hear the storm happening, but this was my last straw. When I saw that flash flood, I said, okay, bitch, I need to get the fuck up. And the burger, wait till I'm gonna pull it up for you, because you're gonna see how long it sat there. It was madness. It sat there for hours. Okay, so here we go. I got the visual right now. Hold on, I wonder if I can just full screen this. Okay. So like this is Monday, 7:30 p.m. Okay. Now you see Tuesday, 10 a.m. San Juan is getting it. Santo Domingo, Port-au-Prince, like all these spots are getting it when it's heavily where it's at, right? And you would think the storm would be like, okay, baby, I'm gonna calm down. No, it was like, no, baby. See, now watch this. This is gonna gag you, because you're gonna see it possibly just turn into a tropical storm, and then we're finished. Because here come Texas. We're like, oh, okay. This is when they said, no, we're chilling. This is when the meteorologist said, do not worry. Do not worry. This is not a big deal. Like, okay, it's sort of like Friday, 2 p.m. They don't know yet. They think it's just gonna be a tropical storm. So nobody in Houston is worrying. Some people went and did whatever. As you can see, Friday at 8 p.m. Does this look like it's gonna be a threat? I want to thank my friend who I was talking to on the phone that was like, wouldn't it be a good idea if you just got like a case of water real quick? And I was like, you are right. Let me go ahead and get it now. And I went to the grocery store and I got an extra case of water. Like I already had one, but I was like, let me just get another one. And then I said, let me get some soup cans. I got like 2. That was it. It was 2 soup cans and a box of, look at it. I still got it over here because this was all I was eating. And a box of Triscuits. And I said, it's probably not going to be a big deal, but I at least want to have water. And I have like 2 things of soup. And like maybe the power will be out for like a couple of hours. And that's going to be my dinner. And that's going to be it. Dumbass. Check this out. It's reforming into a full ass, big ass hurricane on Saturday. Look at how huge, like it's almost out the door. And then it sits on top of Houston like it's nothing. This is Monday, 7:30 a.m. You saw where it literally was out there in the ocean. It got to land and it said, yeah, boom. And I'm talking about boom. Now look at the time frame. 12:30. It's still a big girl. That's 5 hours of it still just sitting there. It's like, what? Like, what's happening? And it was that's what they were saying, that the storm was just whipping itself. It was just whipping. Like it was, I don't even know how to describe it. Hold on. Hurricane Beryl has my signal a little weird, y'all. So give me a second. I have to refresh this to make it go faster. Until they get this figured out, whatever's going on. I need to check my Wi-Fi too. Oh, and it wasn't done, Connor, because it wasn't technically finished until 6 p.m. So I just showed you 12:30. Yeah, it was a lot. I think I went live during the 12:30-ish, like maybe I was around that portion of time. I'm not sure what time I went live, and I was like, okay, y'all, it is what it is. And I knew that the wind was whipping in front of me, and you could hear it on the live, like just going nuts. But when it was, for me, the heart, okay, here we go. I got it back up. So for me, when it was the worst was when it was earlier in the morning. Not later, but it was like earlier when it was like, what the fuck is this? Okay, here we go. Thank you, Angela. I just wanted to show how the storm was first before I get into like the horror show that was to follow. Okay. This is all we were getting. So here you go. Here you go. All the power is knocked out. That hurricane sat on us for hours and wore us low. We had flash floods. We had power lines that had trees on it. Transformers were blowing up. I got footage of it because I'm that guy. Yeah. Also, in the middle of the news, they were showing a traffic cam that was damaged, and they showed a transformer exploding. And it completely knocked out the camera. I was like, this is a gag. Like you would think that the storm was like a category 4 or something. This was a category 1 hurricane. Uno. Mind you, I think Ike was even worse than this, mind you, when it was, I think it was even a much worse hurricane. However, like a bigger one, but like, here you go. Okay, so listen, imagine you're looking at you're trying to find the power grid, because they used to have one where you could see some things and be like, okay, where is my building? Are they working on it? And so I'm going to give you some tea, because they were talking about this all on Twitter the other day, and people were coming forward and like spilling. So CenterPoint literally was working on this, and they were supposed to have it up and running for quite some time. Apparently, there was delays on it. There were people who were let go in the department. This is all allegedly. This is all, I'm just saying this now. This is all allegedly. And they were saying that there was easier ways for us to have outage maps to know what was up, but they didn't want to put the money in. That's what these people were saying, allegedly. So imagine me in the dark looking for my fucking meter. Excuse me for swearing, but I was pissed this moment because I'm sweating in the house trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm going to show you some emails that CenterPoint sent me that, whoa, girl, you will understand why I was testy while I'm sitting in my apartment at 86 degrees inside with stagnant air and the smell of cat litter. I was fucking over it. But this is like the first day. This is like the first day. Okay. 2,203,844 people were affected. Now, this number here, this 498,009, there will be people who will debate that number and go, no, it was not. This continuously happened. This is not accurate. I'm going to be real. If you were in Houston and you were looking at this with me, you know what I'm talking about. This was not accurate. They were just throwing shit up here. Because you will notice things like outages restored and such, and then you'll notice active outages, and then you'll notice the numbers for active outages rises, but they're also like no one's affected because people were getting I'm about to show you. Oh, I was hot. I was like, they know what's going on, but because of the communication problem, and this is my issue with CenterPoint, it's the communication. They didn't do shit when it came to us. And so everybody was left in the dark. And that's why we were mad. There was no communication whatsoever about what's being done, how it's being done, and when it's going to happen. And then when we did get some information just yesterday, it was a whole lot of, well, we're working on it, but we're doing this. However, let's talk about this instead. Boop to boop, boop, boop. And I'm like, no. You need to explain how you told all of us that you have 12,000 units because you were not prepared. You said you had 15 minutes prior to the storm hitting to get everything together. I do not think so. That is bullshit, in my opinion. That man from CenterPoint literally got on camera and said, we had 15 minutes prior to us knowing what was going to go down. Yet on the news, they literally forecasted an entire storm to hit us since Saturday. So what is 15 minutes? You could have had the things already set to go this weekend and already knew Monday, boom, to run them out. So here's the tea. I'm giving y'all some stuff today. People, the trucks that came, they were like lined up out of certain centers. There are certain people who were like camped out there or who were like driving by going, hey, why haven't y'all moved? And they were waiting for directions. Apparently, and this is allegedly, but this is a video of it, but it's all allegedly, there was like a fleet of trucks that sat for 12 hours just waiting to be told what to do. That had been there since 6 a.m. in the morning, that had drove from different cities because we were getting help from outside sources because in Houston, again, we were not prepared. So we had to get outside resources of people who then are getting extra time and pay. Shout out to the linemen that were out there getting the power or just trying to get the power back on. They're not the problem. It's the people who are getting the most money who I have an issue with right now. That's my problem. It's the people who are getting the most money right now who have the nerve to get on the goddamn camera and tell me, oh, we're all set. Don't do this. 7.8 million a year. Don't do that. Don't do this today. You can get away from this situation. I had to sit in it because I can't afford to run and go. I wish I could have sat in a hotel in the cool air. But guess what? I just saw a friend of mine recently who is in a hotel right now. No power still. I actually texted him right before this. I was like, hey, did you get your power back on? Because I had to drive by because I got my power. I'm a friend. Here's some water. Here's some ice that I was able to secure because there's no ice in the city. None. No ice. You want ice? Good luck. You better hope your refrigerator's back on. I'm telling you. But guess what? Now there's a boiling water advisory. So a lot of people who are getting ice, you probably have nasty ass ice now. Don't brush your teeth. Remember during the ice storm when Ted Cruz went on vacation and literally went on vacation during, like it had hit and he found his way, like knew it was coming and everything was full on. It was a lot. It was a lot to take up. There are people who are stranded here currently right now, if I'm being honest with you, because I know a friend of mine who's stranded here who was supposed to have been gone back home. Hobby Airport was underwater, unheard of, underwater. Bush, all the flights were being canceled. 500 flights were being canceled, all this kind of stuff. This is yesterday. So yesterday there was a heat advisory because of the humidity. It did feel like 105 degrees outside. put that on my, I was losing my grip on reality yesterday. There were people walking outside. I actually saw kids playing outside, which is amazing because, that was my kind of day. We played outside. We had video games and played outside. But like, it was weird walking past, seeing all these different people who were just sitting outside because it was low-key much worse to sit in the house. As much as the temperature is not as hot as it is outside, there is no air. There is no circulation. If you move too much, you pick up heat. That was what I was going through. I was y'all don't even know, I would be not moving an inch at times because I'm like, if I move, I'm gonna start sweating. And that's what was happening. And my cats were losing it. They don't do heat. Mina's a little bit better than Mamu. Mamu also has stomatitis, which is that immune deficiency he has with his gums. So I also know something about this warm ass water he had to drink and all that kind of, I know that was bothering him because Bubby was under me like a lot and it made me feel so bad. Like literally my cats were like sleeping on me because they just did not want to be away from me. The first day though, after the storm, they were in the other room, like huddled up under the couch for a while. They went outside, they did what they had to do. Once it was like a couple of hours that passed by, I swear my cats were like, okay, so why isn't the power coming back on? I was like, why are y'all looking at me? They kept meowing and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I can't play with you. Because if I play with you, that brings your heat up. That brings my heat up. Like what's happening? So, oh my God, I cried a lot. I've never dealt with pets and no power for as long as it was. Like my friend had a dog. That was his issue. But my babies, I felt like it was all my fault. And I know it's not, but I was like blaming me. I was like, this is my fault. This is my fault. You should be taken care of better. I don't have this together. Well, my poor children. I was literally going through it. Sorry, I'm having to fix this again because I told you we're having issues with the Wi-Fi. It's making life difficult. Caca. Yeah, mentally I wasn't well these last 2 days. So I appreciate people who were sending support. Some things that were being said were pissing me off, but it really wasn't you. It was just I was losing hope because of the terminology they were using on TV. Imagine somebody telling you after they made a statement Monday, we promised to have the power on Wednesday night. The press conference yesterday said, I'm not going to tell you we're going to have the power on tomorrow. Oh, girl, I was ready to blow. I was ready to blow. Okay, so this is over by 288, and this is downtown Houston. I'm not sure what baseball park this is, but this is literally going into downtown Houston because right over here, I believe that's what building is that? This is mind you, this is a street. That's not a river. That's right there. That's a street. All this, that's a street. This is a field where they do baseball. Yeah. I'm not going to tell y'all where to move if you come out here, but baby, if you move downtown or midtown or 288, which is one of the worst freeways out here, you prepare. There are certain areas of town I would highly recommend researching for flood damage, flooding, and all that kind of crap. I promise you, you're going to need it. Crash, thank you for the super chat. I had no AC on Sunday night and Monday morning, and I was so worried about my fur baby. She was okay, but I also felt like a bad dad. See, you know where I'm coming from then, because I was losing my grip on reality. I was blaming the weather on me. Like, I was like, this is my fault. I did this. Just so much damage that's done. This is going to, it's not just in this one area. It's all over. It's horrible. I'm going to show you some other footage here. This is from my friend, Tony. He was driving, this is towards, I want to say Highway 6. I forget what park this is, but the entire park is submerged. God, this is really becoming a problem. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Why is it pulling up two? Okay, something, yeah, this computer. I'm having to do a lot of force quitting. I'm all right. I am drained a bit and I lost all my food, unfortunately. That was the worst part about this for me. I lost all my food and I didn't have a lot of canned goods and dry stuff here initially. Most of my food is refrigerated and like the cat medication is also gone too, but I can get that again. That's not a problem. But cat medication gone. All the food is gone, and I'm talking about $300+ worth. I'm over it. Yeah, this is a whole park gone. They're gonna have to drain it out. It's gonna have to get there's a lot of shit that happens when flooding takes place in these kind of situations, and a lot of damage that's done. I was preparing for a week without power. So this is the bullshit I'm talking about. You're telling me, see how it says CenterPoint releases a new power outage map? Yeah, that took quite some time to get together. We didn't have a power outage map. We had that list of, these are the people who are without power. These are the people who have gotten power restored. So people were going to Whataburger, shout out to BBQ Brian, to see what was open, because that was an indicator of where the grid is, that, oh, possibly that strip is going to have power. We were on Whataburger. Oh, let me not forget, the phones were down. If you had cell phone service and shit, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, you couldn't get a hold of nobody for the first day. Tuesday, I got a hold of people. Monday, I was lucky to do that live with you. That's why it was so spotty. I was on my tablet. My tablet was getting text messages. My tablet was getting every sort of email possible. My cell phone, absolutely not. Nope. And both I have with Verizon, but like the tablet was fine. I don't know why. I was like, why is the tablet getting signal, but my phone isn't shit? Like, it was scaring me at a point because my sister called me and I couldn't speak to her. She called me and then it would hang up. And then I call her and it would go do. I'm like, what? She'd do the same thing. I would see the call come in, out. Same thing with her. So we ended up FaceTiming on my tablet. I got Apple. I gotta thank you. I gotta thank you, baby, because I don't know what it was, but this saved the fuck out of me. This is how I was able to watch TV in terms of the lives with KHU and see what they were talking about in the news. Somehow this battery, I had turned, this is what I'm going to tell y'all right now in these cases, if you ever want these to last forever, you got to turn that brightness all the fuck the way down. And you may need to squint, sweetie. You may need to squint, sweetie, because when I tell you this thing I had this motherfucker going from 6 a.m. all the way till the next day at 1 p.m. and still had battery power. Now my phone, this Pro Max, whatever number it is, yeah, different story. I had to stop touching it because it was ready to like lose 5% at any given moment. But the tablet was doing what it needed to do. Thank you, God, for this tablet, because if it didn't work, I was going to lose it. I also, let me show you what I had to help me go to sleep the first night. The second night, I didn't have the juice, so I was a little concerned. Let me go ahead and get it. Okay. So remember, I told y'all I had got this on Amazon a little while ago, and I got it prior to, I forget what event I was going to, but it was going to be really, really hot. And I'm going to take this with me to LA. But this fan right here is literally all I had. I had a flashlight, I had a fan, I had my tablet, I had my phone. That's all we were working with, baby. That's it. And I did not have a portable battery because I couldn't find it. When the power went out, I was like, oh shit, I forgot it. Oh, here's my flashlight. They literally had everything in my backpack. Like I was not playing these games, baby. Okay. The flashlight, I had batteries all ready to go. I had my fan and I kept it at 1. So that way it wouldn't burn the battery so much. And so this fan actually lasted me quite some time. But when I tell you the other night, I was asleep and all of a sudden it said, and it woke me up. Couldn't go back to sleep after that. And that was like 1 a.m. in the morning. So I've been up until I think it was 5 or 6 o'clock. No. It was 7. Because I remember because my ass was like, okay, bitch, I'm over this. What the fuck am I gonna do? I'm tired. I gotta get these cats out of here. They're going crazy. I can't open the patio up because after the storm, mosquitoes everywhere. Everywhere. I was getting bitten up in my house while I'm trying to sleep in the heat. That shit was crazy. Oh no, I'm gonna buy some coming to very fucking soon. The next time I get a chance to buy something, I'm getting a few of them. I will never go through that again. I need to have that battery shit because that was crucial for me because some of my friends didn't have power. And the one person who did have it that was close to me, it was very much, I sent him a text message, not even knowing if it was going to go through. He didn't see it until 3 hours later and was like, Matt, come through. I'm like, oh my God. And I already gave up. I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I guess my shit's going to die. And then that's going to be that because my car wasn't charging my phone the way I needed it to, or my towel was scraping. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to lose contact with the world. This is about to be it. Help. Like I was freaking out. So CenterPoint and Whataburger is so petty because they actually reposted this and was like, stay safe out there. Too bad the Whataburgers by my house aren't open. Anywho, because I wanted it so bad. Brianna, baby, you need to come over here. Bree, you need to come over here, sweet pea. Please let me know. You are more than welcome. I got my power, boo-boo. Come on, Brianne. Come on. Get in your car right now, sister, if you need to, and pump the fuck through. If you're allergic to cats, I can't help you. But come on, you already know what's up. You family, sister. Come on. Let me know right now. Shit. I'm so serious because I know how you feel. That's why I'm like, put something. Come on. Oh, I'm working out of town in Chicago. Oh, so you lucky. Oh. Oh, so you're not even here. Oh. Oh, bitch. Okay, work. See, but Bree, do you see how quick I was? You see how quick I was? I was like, get your shit and come on. Oh no, my security cameras are still off. Oh Lord Jesus. I know somebody who lives in your area who also has their power out. I also was like, if you need to come over here, let me know. Because you already know what's up. Period. Because baby, I can't do heat. Not even for the life of me. So CenterPoint releases this new power outage map. Do you want me to explain it to you? Because it's a hoot. It's a hoot. And the way they described this, I was ready to like throw something at the TV because I couldn't believe it. Like, oh, so you're playing. Green represents that the issue is known and it has either been resolved or is in the middle of being resolved. It's possible that it's not resolved. I am so serious. That the issue is fixed and there is power, that they're fixing the issue and there may be power, or it may be a false positive, basically. I'm so fucking serious. Then we get the blue. Blue means that they are aware of the issue and they are going there to say determine said issue and figure out how to fix the issue. That's on the agenda. The orange means that there is no power there, that they do not know what the problem is, but that they are going to get to the problem. This is how this man explained it yesterday on the news. It was very, this is that. It's not really though, but maybe it will be. And then you got folks clocking them, showing the area they're in. They're GPSing it, putting their little pin going, I'm in green and I have no power. What are you talking about? And so what they're saying is that it means that someone around them has power and they may be individually affected by it. I said, then you can't put that shit, baby, because that makes it, you're making, especially when you don't have power. Now, initially, when my power went out, my meter showed on. I'm going to show you this email. They said, I'm still mad about it. I don't know what board meeting I need to go to or what meetup I need to go to talk about this. But CenterPoint, what the fuck was this? So I had to sign up for a power alert that I had to get through email and text message. I'm going to show you what the text messages look like, y'all, and why I was so angry the other day. Okay? Because they were playing with me. And they were playing with everybody, as a matter of fact. So I get this, and where's my timestamps? This is 2:47 in the afternoon. I had requested this at 10 a.m. 2:47, I get this email. We are aware of your power issue near where I live that is currently affecting approximately 30 customers. The 30 is because with my apartment complex, not all of the buildings are in the same power grid. There's only 30 of us in a power grid, which is my building that I'm in and another building that shares it. Because my apartment complex has so many different, it's a lot, but you know what I'm talking about. It's 30 people who are on the same grid as me are also affected, blah, blah, blah. Get notified by text. They send you this. I did this. I'm going to show you what they said. Oh, wow. I want to do the texting because that's easier sometimes. And my tablet's getting them. So what's the issue? And if I want to opt out, whatever, they said, call this number. The number they gave me, which is the number they have on the news. Lines are busy right now. Please try again later. Click. Call. Lines are busy. Please call again later. Click. 17 times later. Thank you for calling CenterPoint. We're experiencing a high number of call volumes. Bloop, 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 bloop. And they give you only automated responses. So when I tried to get to a person, I was then removed from the queue and then the phone hung up. I did that 30 times. I only got to that same little call 3 of those 30 times. And the same thing kept happening. I understand everybody was dealing with this and My issue of why I was calling, and now this is why you'll know it, because this wasn't the email that made me call them nonstop to cuss somebody out. No. This is the fucking email that I got at 9:30 p.m. Outage repairs at or near my address have been completed. Our crews determined that the problem was caused by equipment damage. If you're still without service, please check your circuit breakers. If that doesn't resolve the problem, please visit the website to report the outage and we will work to get your power restored. We appreciate your patience and apologize for the inconvenience. You can do the text notifications. So imagine at 9:30 p.m., you have no power. And they tell you, oh, we know what the problem is. Check your circuit breakers. What? We're in pitch black darkness. It's my problem? Oh, this is even the best part. When I did do the website and I did re-report it, they told me I may be responsible for the damage. And it'd be $105. And I thought to myself, screenshot that, send it to a lawyer. If I have anything like that on my bill next month, it is going to be hell. It is going to be hell. It's going to be hell. It's 9:30. My cat is sitting here meowing with one fucking open nostril and the other one is bouncing off the walls because she's not understanding why there's no light. I'm freaking out and I'm hot. I'm calling them and they give me nothing but the automated responses and then hang up on me. I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy. No communication whatsoever. What's going on? Freaking the fuck out. You want to know what the text message power alerts look like? Here you go. You want to read that for the class? No response. Yes, confirm. No response. No, you are set up for these alerts. Never once got a text alert. Redid this, as you can see, twice. Never once. And even now, it's... Come on, Matthew, because I've had it. Do you hear me? I've had it. It's still like this. Biden was like, we got approved for FEMA, but we can't find our leaders. Then we have like our acting governor's punk ass get up there talking about he's doing. Shut up. We want it. Where is Abbott? He's not available. We're in a natural disaster. He should be here. Stop everything. Move this way. He didn't get here, I think, until today, where he made some statement today. It's kind of like, are you for real? Like, this is about money. And that's my conclusion as to why everybody who is still without power is still without power. And these sort of, we're coming together and we're doing all this. So the people who are working the front lines, yes. God bless every one of you. Y'all motherfuckers sitting in the back. Collecting off of these people. Putting us in our own power grid because it actually makes you more money. Let's be real about it. Come on now. No, Biden was up. That brother was, as much as you can make fun of Sleepy Joe's dumbass, that man said, I'm trying to get y'all this shit and your boy ain't there. And I believe him. Trust me, because that's what they did for the ice storm. They did the exact same thing. Where are y'all? Nowhere to be found, on vacation or visiting somewhere. It's madness. He apparently is in, they said Asia. Check this out. This was a gag. When they were trying to find out where he was located, the first response is not even a country. No, they just said Asia. It's like, what? So he's in the continent of Asia doing what? What are you out there for right now? I have so many questions. Oh, Mattia, thank you so much for the 2 people on Cash App for live. Thank you so much, baby. For those of you who are watching, I appreciate you for tuning in. I am telling you my experience with this Hurricane Beryl right now. I'm showing you some footage. I'm showing you the storm and telling you my story. I lost all the food in my refrigerator, which is $300+ of food. I'm also raising money for DragCon at the same time, and a lot of the tips that have come in already, I extremely appreciate for you. If you want to throw a little bit of love my way, it's paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. Anything and everything is certainly appreciated. Shout out to Joey here for this in 2021, and y'all remember this on my channel. You remember, because this is right after I moved back from Vegas. And a few weeks later, this happened. Winter storm hit Texas. 4.5 million people in the state lost power. State, not city, state, because it was the state. 2024, Hurricane Beryl hits Houston. 2.7 million people lost power. 1.7 remain without power 2 days later, and it's a heat advisory for the rest of the week. Something's got to change out here. And I love the city. I'm born and raised Houstonian. This is why I even came back and wasn't like gung-ho about just sticking it out in Vegas. I was ready to come home. This is my birthplace. I also want to move back to LA by any means necessary, but I also know I need to be a rich queen for that. But like, they're talking about why can't we bury the power lines? They're saying it may be an issue with flooding. They're saying that there's ways around that, but they don't want to do it. They're talking about how a lot of this could have been avoided because they already knew the hurricane was coming. And why not already have some provisions in place after a storm that happened in 2021 that nearly took the entire state out? We are on our own power grid, and the grid ain't done shit, but have moments where things are not supposed to be as bad as they are. It's becoming a problem. And for me, it's not so much that you can't get the power back up, because I understand that takes time. There's debris, there's damage, there's so many factors. I'm literally driving through neighborhoods, y'all. I'm seeing trees in people's homes. Some woman apparently, okay, sad story, but there have been 7 people who are no longer with us because of the storm. But one woman was in her apartment in her bed, and a tree fell on her. Awful. Awful. Older woman too. Awful. Tree fell right, boom, went through the, bam, killed her in her sleep. Like, horrible. It's a lot. And the phones weren't working. It was a scary time. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was prepared for a week or more because of the ice storm. That's where my mind was going. I was like, I remember how the ice storm took us out, and I was prepared for the worst, but I was not prepared for the worst, because those times I was the ice storm, I had a roommate. So there was somebody else that was with me, and I felt a lot more comfortable with somebody there at the same time. When I had that issue happen recently, y'all remember the power went out again a couple of, was it last year or a few months ago? And it was like one day, like not even a day. It was a couple of hours. Like, it was like, okay, like, I knew that wasn't going to be that bad. But when this happened, it was the communication that concerned me that then caused the dread of being like, oh my God, we're about to deal with the winter storm, but in the summer. Holy shit. And I don't do heat. I'm not a heat guy. You were like, why are you so bright? Girl, I stay inside. Okay. I've never been good with heat. This is not an uppity thing. It's an honest body chemistry thing. I have hyperhidrosis. The moment the temperature changes, my body goes into this, like I feel horrible. So to describe, because now I think this is the last of my visual aid for the day. Thank you. To describe what was going on with me. Once I got off the live with y'all, I was like, okay, let's just make the best of what we can and go from there. It got to 4 o'clock and I was prepared to leap. And I'm from building to building like Superman. No, I was ready. I was like, this is too much. It was very, very hot, and I could smell the litter boxes even after I cleaned them. I'm opening up the windows, but to be fair, that just made it hotter inside. So I would want to go stand outside where there was somewhat of a breeze, even though it was hot, versus being inside. And that first day, it's like all I got is this little fan. That's all I got. I had this little fan. I had my flashlight. Can't use the bathroom because it's like you can barely see anything. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so the night is where it got horrible. There is no lights on, period. Who has been in a situation like that when you're in a power outage and it's like the neighborhood, it's not just like you, so you can go out and it's like night and there's nothing, it's like complete darkness. All I can see every hour are flashing lights from police cars roaming through the apartment complex and going through the city, because they made it a police city for like the first 2 days, because there unfortunately, yes, was looting and crime that was happening on the first day, on that night. And there was an officer who unfortunately lost his, yes, because of that. Like, yeah, like there was a lot that, baby, it was already at that point. It was like, okay, y'all need to get this up and running or something needs to happen here, because it's about to turn into like an apocalyptic state, like for real, for real. So that was already going on. I did not sleep at all Monday night. That was horrible. I got maybe, when you fall asleep for like an hour and then wake up like with a jolt, that's what was going on, because I could not sit in the heat and fall asleep. This little fan was somewhat helpful to where I wasn't like dying, but my whole entire body felt like a furnace. The cats are freaking out, so they're, it was so much to take in. I could not even I don't even know how to put it into words. I just could not function. And so that next day, Tuesday, I woke up. I'm like, okay, I have no power still. And they're telling us the heat advisory. And I just start to like sob because I know I'm not going to be good. I'm not going to be good. I'm not going to be good. And so I called a couple of my friends. One friend was like, Matt, you can come. Let's go. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was like, bet, I'm out. I'm going over there. I'm about to charge my shit up. I put wet food. I put dry food. I cleaned them bitches litter box up. I had 4 bowls of water. I was like, I'm going to be back in a few. I got to charge everything up. I got to go. I get on Google Maps. I start driving. Nope, no access, flooded. Nope, can't go there. Is an accident blocking the entire freeway up. Can't get on this axis here. Then I pull up the map and it's like, oh, by the way, every exit that you need to go into that neighborhood is all blocked off. All the lights are out, so you have to treat the lights as a blinking red light, which for those of you who went to driver's ed, you know what that means. It's basically a fucking stop sign where you need to treat it like a 4-way stop or a 2-way stop. And there are people who are driving through the lights and getting into accidents. This is literally happening. There are people who are so I don't give a fuck who are actually getting in car accidents when there is no power right now, and the police are in a state where they can't just be where they need to be because they have to patrol and make sure nobody's looting and shit. Today I almost got hit by 4 people while I was driving my car who I guess didn't have any patience for the light and wanted to just run through it and hope for the best. All of them were pickup trucks, by the way. All of them were revved up, big old tires, very much could do some damage to some vehicles. So I can't go to my friend's house because it's literally blocked off, and I was trying to figure out a way to get there. I found another route, but it was going to take me an hour and 30 minutes to get into Montrose. An hour and 30 minutes. And as I was driving, it started to change the route on me. And I was like, this is getting crazy. This is my Tuesday. So you want to know who I ended up texting? The Pisces. I texted my sister. She's like, come on through. Change of plans, Matt. The power is out. Damn. I thought it was on. It was. It turned on for 15 minutes. Out. Damn. So my sister was like, I got my power's back out again. Can't help. Because I think her transformer blew. She got hers back on not too long ago because I hit her up. But she right then and there, come on, never mind. So I hit the Pisces. I hit up D and I'm like, hey. I said, because I texted him yesterday to do a check. And again, I'm not getting messages. I'm not getting phone calls. How are you holding up over there? I get nothing from him. So I'm freaking out. And then he sends me doing a wellness check. So he never got my first message. And then I hit him up again. He never got those. So that Tuesday, his power came back on and his Wi-Fi so he could go to work. But all of my messages then came in. He's like, Matt, I'm just now seeing all of this. What is going on? You okay? I'm like, I'm not okay. I like start crying. I'm like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. I need to charge my stuff. I was going to go somewhere. I can't go there no more. I was like, I'm not driving an hour and 30 minutes into the city to then possibly be locked in the city and I can't get out. So I ended up going to my friend's place. He's not far from me. I went to the Pisces D's house. I see a Kroger's. I'm like, okay, let's go in this Kroger's real quick because I see cars. I saw people walking in. No power. None. It's the emergency lights and self-checkout. That's it. They're literally telling everybody, no ice, no propane, nothing. All we got are the dry food and any items that are not refrigerated. All the stuff in the freezer, I'm watching them literally remove everything. And I'm thinking to myself, that is so much money. That is so much money. So I'm asking the lady at Kroger's, what's up? And she's like, we're on a generator and it only powers the emergency lights and the self-checkout. So you can still use your credit cards. You can still put cash in there. That's all we got. So before I stopped at the Pisces house, I said, let me pick up some more cans of soup. Whew, gone. Okay. Let me go. Whew, gone. Food. Whew, gone. It was like 7 something in the morning and they had already cleared, girl. I was like, this is crazy. So I got a couple of things that I could find, but like I actually stocked up on cat food because I was really concerned. That was my cats literally always come before me. So I'm like always getting their food before I get mine. So I was like, let me get their cat food. Let me get this. Yeah, the refrigerators and the freezers were done. So like Walmart will be open. Some of the grocery stores are open. It's just they're on generators until the grid comes back up. So yeah, so think of this, Nathaniel. Think about this, everybody. So if the majority of everyone's power went out with those grocery stores, you finding a grocery store that does have ice is more than likely going to be sold out. If there are frozen things there, they're probably gone. And then for everybody else, meat, dairy, fish, beef. Oof. Oof. Don't even get me started on the frozen items. Oof. I'm getting chills talking about this because I feel bad because that's going to affect the people who also work at those locations too. Because the company's gonna have to make up that bottom dollar. Like that again, nobody was projecting this to be that way and for this to be as brutal as it was. I did the same thing, Nick, because you still got to go to work. And a lot of people did. My friend still had to go to work the other day. He does some other jobs too, but like because the power was out at those other jobs, he was fine, but he had a working from home position. So he was able to work yesterday and I got to see him work. It was cute. I was like, oh, that's funny. Because he sat here when I did my video before. And so now I have sat while he's done his job. So oh my God, that parallel. That's so funny. We both sat there while we're doing our jobs and our work. We also played some video games the other day for a little bit while I was charging my stuff. And he helped me get through a lot of my Mario 3D Party Supers, whatever that game is. And, we watched The First Omen. That movie was terrible. It was a bad movie. There was a couple scenes that scared the shit out of me, but other than that was an awful movie. Yeah, Mario 3D World, because I don't have Mario Wonder. He was like, why don't you have the Princess Peach game? I was like, I don't know why I don't have that. Oh, I'm bored. I was like, I'll get it later. I'm trying to travel to here. I'm trying to get some things done. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I do want the game though. I do want it. But no, he was very helpful. I was able to order food while I was there. Shout out to the people who were doing Uber Eats the other day. I know y'all were getting paid buku dollars. I had to find out the hard way that Uber Eats didn't update their restaurants. So I went through 11 restaurants until I found one that was open, and it was Firehouse Subs. Thank you, Firehouse Subs, for being open. 11 restaurants. Bitch, I was hot. I was like, oh my God. Because again, I haven't driven everywhere just yet. I've driven by some things, but I haven't seen everything, right? So by the time I finished charging everything and the heat wave is over, I'm like, okay, I gotta go back. I can't just leave my babies there. Sat in there crying. I'm just like, okay, it's hot. This is ridiculous. Cats are trying to cuddle up with me. They're hot. I can feel how warm they are. It's freaking me out. I'm like, okay, tomorrow, this is me Tuesday. I'm like, okay, whatever's happening tomorrow, we have got to figure this out because I don't know if we can do another day in this. It's a heat advisory again. This is way too much. my apartment literally faces the sun during the peak heat, like 4 to 6. That sun is hitting my window. So I'm getting the full blast of the heat. I'm like, I can't do this again because my apartment will hold that motherfucking heat. Just be like, that's fine. It's fine. My AC hasn't stopped running and I don't want it to. I said, whatever this bill is, bitch, we're getting it cool in here. I'm sitting there in the bed, staring into the abyss, going, please, God, I need this power back on. I just want to work. I just want to watch Love Island. I just want to do my House on Fire review. I want to get my stuff together. Drag Race Philippines is around the corner. You know I need this money. Please, please, please. I was literally like, I can't have my kids in the heat. God, I just kept saying that. Like, I feel so bad. I kept crying about that. I felt so bad. The cats were making me feel awful. Because if it's me, it's like, okay, it's me. Whatever. I'm without power. But I felt, because I don't realize how closely attached I am to these cats, but I'm starting to realize how I am now. I feel like these are my babies and my kids. And I'm fucking freaking out about it. Baby, 7 a.m. Like, AC turns on. Like that was me. I grabbed them cats and I just watched it, Stephanie. I watched this last episode. I'm so glad Kendall got called out. But they are trying to make Rob a victim, and he's not a victim. And I'm getting really sick of it. And don't forget, yes, I am still doing the Love Island videos. That'll be prepared because those are going to be edited. I'll be posting it this weekend. Power came back on. And then I was like, well, I got work to do now. I had to go start cleaning out the fridge, and I had to basically the litter boxes. They smelled so bad after no power. I had to clean them, hose them bitches down. I had to do my laundry because my bed was soaked in sweat and cat juice. Hi, Mina. I see you, baby. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, she was looking at me like this from the couch. I said, hi, Mina. And she goes, Daddy's girl, I love you. I know you were real happy. Both you and Mamu. They were so happy that power came. I'm talking about they were bounding, playing again, because they weren't playing when it was hot. They weren't playing when it was hot. They were just chilling. They were like in still action. Like, I'm not trying to move. I ain't trying to do nothing. And I just was like, babies. It was a lot of meowing. It was a lot of it was like just not for me. Not for me. No, it's definitely cat juice. It's me juice from me like sweating down in that bed, to also the fact that when I looked at the bed this morning in my sheets, I could see like some of the litter from Mamu or Mina's paw had got like in there. And I'm thinking from the heat, they weren't able to clean it off, couldn't see it. I'm just thinking like, baby, fuck this. I was like, yeah, cat juice here. My juice, too many juices. So we've been cleaning that up. I vacuumed the carpet. Fuck, what else have I done? Okay, now let me tell you the story about what I had to do because I needed to go run some errands once I was cleaning this up before this video. Please forgive me. I had to go find some fast food. Could not find anything that was open near me except for a McDonald's. So I'm going to the McDonald's. The line is wrapped. It is going to the freeway. Huh? The freeway. I see parking spots and I'm like, maybe I can park and get in there. Do you know that the locks at the McDonald's are electronic? And so there's an issue with the doors to where if they close, They are locked from the outside, but you can still open. Of course, you can open from the inside, but they immediately lock from the outside. And that was the location I was at. So some people who wanted to walk in and get their order weren't able to. And they had to get in line. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I get in that bitch. I'm not going to even tell you what the place was, but they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. I was like, you didn't want everybody and their mom up in here and taking away what little AC y'all got. Tea. Ran out of fries. That is not the McDonald's experience for me. There is no fries. And mind you, we're dealing with something, so I let it go. But my brain could not function for a second. I was trying to order them fries, baby. She said, oh no. You don't got none? You're out of fried potatoes? We're out of here? They had apparently been the only fast food place that was still open, even on Monday. I am. All of that will be tomorrow, Peter. All will be tomorrow. All will be tomorrow. And that's a promise. Because today I got to rest. Today I got to rest. But tomorrow I will be definitely going live for Drag Race Philippines. I am so hyped. Do not worry. And I'm going to do something for Patreon too. So yes, get ready. Yeah. So I got, I was trying to get breakfast, but I wasn't there fast enough for that. So I ended up getting like 2 McChickens and a McDouble because all they had were sandwiches. They also didn't have chicken McNuggets. So I was really hot. Like, whoa, whatever. And I got my coffee. And I was very happy about that because I hadn't had coffee in 2 days and that was driving me because I didn't realize that I'm addicted to coffee like that. But yeah, apparently they did that on purpose with the doors. And it was like this whole, we're trying to detract people from wanting to sit in here because on the first day it happened, they had so many people in the place. It was over capacity and it was an issue. And people were getting rowdy. So they have it like that with the doors. So that way it deters people from coming in. But if you get in, you get it. I was like, what? I was like, y'all don't want to just like put a wedge right there? They're like, no, because they'll let the heat in. I got lucky because the first door I went to didn't open. The second door I went to didn't open. It was the one where they got to go outside of the people in the drive-through, and whoever went through that door left it cracked. What I didn't know is when I went through it, it like closed behind me, but I didn't know what was going on until someone was like banging on the window and the guy came out and opened it for him. He's like, what's going on? They're like, if you're in here, you're in here, but we're trying not to get people to stay in here because it's a lot right now. And they're trying their best. And some people are, taking advantage of being in a McDonald's and like, it's just a lot going on. So that was me. And got home after that. I stopped at a gas station and I didn't have to get any gas, but I wanted to go in there and see if they had any refrigerated stuff. They had some things, but I still got enough gas in my car for, I don't know however long this is going to be. We're at half a tank, so we're good to go. My Mazda is good on gas. So I'm here. I ain't going nowhere the rest of the day. I'm refusing to move and I will be sleeping the rest of the day. 50 hours without power is nothing to joke about. There are people who still don't have power. I'm praying for you because I was not good. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I was in a horrible headspace. I was in a horrible headspace. Like really fucked up. That shit was driving me. It was so hot. Ooh, I don't want to ever go through that again. That was so hot. It was awful. It was awful. And I hated looking at my cats and just them just not being comfortable. I could see it. Like I'm over here like the babies are fine. They're fine. Mm-mm. They're just as sick as me. They're just as upset as me. I don't like heat at all. And I have a thing about it because one time I got locked in a car. And so it just pulls me back into a headspace again and it just freaks me out. One time I was really young and I was like 4 and my parents forgot me in the car and I was locked in and I couldn't get out. And it was like in the summertime and I'll never forget it. And then my mom realized I was in the car and then they got me out. But like, it was like me in there for 2 hours freaking out and like sweating, and it was a lot. Like I had dehydration, heat exhaustion, the full bit. And so for me, I don't play with heat like that. That's why when you see me and I'm fanning myself or I'm doing something, I'm like, bitch, I need to get somewhere cool immediately, because that trauma, unfortunately, I haven't got over. So like when they say children are and people in cars get locked in, or pets and stuff like that, that stuff hits hard for me, because I'm like, yes, it can be a dangerous place in the vehicle. Love you too, Peter. I hope you're doing well, baby. I'm sorry to get emotional, y'all, but it was a lot for me. Like I know some people still don't have power right now, and I'm emotional and I have empathy for them, and I'm praying to God that they get their power back on. I can't do it. It's not for me. That's not my ministry. It's not my position in the church. Okay, I am not going to get on the pulpit and say hot, 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 da da. Never. Okay, I'm gonna say a cool breeze, a nice temperature. 75 is the perfect temperature for me. Either way, I'm good. I'm safe. I'm home. My kids are good. And I'm happy that this is over with, but I know it's not over with, if that makes any sense. Like, we as a city need to talk to CenterPoint and see what the fuck we can do to not let this be an issue again. I can understand if it's a lot of people having no power because of a horrible storm. We got that. Communication, though, was trash. And y'all had me thinking that you told us one day the power would be on, to then get to a press conference and say, I'm not going to say that the power will be on tomorrow. But you said it was going to be on tomorrow. Now you're saying it's not going to be. There was a lot of bullshit, a lot of, let me tell you how I feel, but then I'm also give you some other information that has nothing to do with this. It was really, really weird. And so I have an issue with the city of Houston, but not so much the city of Houston, but the people behind the power company out here, as well as our elected officials who aren't saying anything. I will say that one of our elected officials did write up a letter to CenterPoint holding them responsible, and that they do owe us something for their actions. And I hope that I'm not having to pay EGADs and UGODs of money because y'all didn't do your job and we were supposed to have some shit together, as well as us being compensated in some sort of form because it wasn't cute. You're telling us nothing, and then you're like, the emails I got, you saw what I'm talking about. It was like, bitch, I'm confused. What's happening? And I can't imagine people in other areas that are not close to the city dealing with something like this. Like, imagine you're in a small town and the closest city or something that is an option to you is 50 something miles away. My brothers and sisters and ever those in between who are out in my small cities, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're fine. I hope you're blessed. I hope you're not stressed. But yes, to everybody that was affected by this hurricane, you got my love. I was one of those, and I'm glad I got my power back. But for those of you who don't have your power, hang in there, stay strong. You got nothing but my love for me. Do go to those cooling centers, reach out to your family and friends, and see who's got power and pump on over there, like I had to do the other day, because I just needed like a moment to get away and just be in some cool air and to eat and be normal, because I was losing it, like going into feral state. And you can call me soft. I will receive that, and I shall receive my Charmin soft. I shall. But I also know that a lot of this could have just been handled so much better. And that's my issue, and why I say Houston has a problem. And it's with our own energy grid, and how when we get these natural disasters, it's always something real corny or real vague on how they're handling things. And you realize when you look at other people's power systems that, oh, we could be doing these things completely different. Soulful Dog, I think we still are under boil notice. In my area, I'm like on the line. I don't even know if I'm under. My apartment complex didn't say anything about it. I tried to look it up on the grid, and I was having a really hard time differentiating where my place is compared to the map, because when you zoom in, it doesn't show you the streets. It just gets blurry. So how am I supposed to know if I'm under this notice? I'm just saying I am. I'm just treating it that way. But yes, I think a lot of you, all of you actually, for your kind words, for keeping me in good spirits, and for the tips today in general that are going towards this recovery food fund, as well as making up a lot of the time that I had away from working into my DragCon run I'm going to be doing. What's the word? Next week. I have to leave Wednesday. Yes, I'm leaving Wednesday next week. Are you still? Yeah, this. I mean, yeah, I live in Texas. Yeah, we're all under the grid. Are you meaning that for like the water notice or for like the power? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm still in Texas, so we stuck on the grid. Either way, shout out to Sylvia Garcia, our representative out here. Living without electricity isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Your failure during this crisis is unacceptable. Texans deserve reliable power, especially after natural disasters. This is just poor service, the risk to our lives. I hope they receive what we're saying with this, but honestly. So, Peter, yeah, I won't view it today. I got to rest. I literally just got through a hurricane and me having no power and sitting in heat. So I would like to rest today and get at least my mental state back together, because right now I'm happy, but I'm still a little bit perturbed about everything that went down. Like, I'm really fucking perturbed about how everything went down right now. And I see them trying to clean up the debris out here and move all the branches and the trees out the way. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'm under both the water boil thing, I'm sure, and the grid for the power. Yeah. But yes, I will be doing Drag Race Philippines tomorrow. It will probably be around this time. I would say like 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific is when I'll be doing it. So it'll be way later in the around this time in the afternoon. I'll be doing Drag Race Philippines and what's the other word? And then I'll be doing a House on Fire edit review. No, we weren't never supposed to leave it. We wanted to, but nobody. Yeah, that's yeah. They have control of whatever's going on. I'm just hoping that. What's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, it's they running this show out here. As much as we want to say we're not, if we band together, maybe we can get on, but I don't think so. Kelly, I don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be 100 something degrees on the index for the rest of the week, with Friday being kind of okay. Because it's not so much what the actual degrees is, it's what the feels like. That's the issue out here in Houston. Because like we got humidity like a motherfucker. So it'll be 88 and it'll feel like a hundo. Or it'll be like 95 and it'll feel like 10 more degrees or 20 more degrees. So it's still gonna be hot. But for the people who are like dealing with this, again, you got my love, you got my support. You can hear these people out here trying to clean. They're probably blowing more shit into my patio and making it worse, like they always fucking do. And it's no shade, because I know they're trying to clean the main area, but I'm like, I then have to clean up my patio after this. Okay. I'm gonna go. You done scared my cats. Done scared the cats. God bless America. Done scared the cats. And you know they hear that like times 20. So it's like, what the fuck? Okay, anywho. Anywho, I gotta go. My cats hate that leaf blowing sound. They find it to be their arch nemesis next to the vacuum cleaner. I'm gonna get some rest. I got a lot to catch up on. I'll be getting up early in the morning to film stuff with Philippines and House on Fire. If you want to drop a tippy poo again, help your boy with the fun. PayPal.me for /MattyRants, Cash App /MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. I'm literally, as you can see, I'm kind of drifting. I am ready to lay down. Woo, I'm ready to lay down. Okay. Love y'all so much. I'm going to make me something to eat, take a nap, and get it together. I love y'all so much. If you're still dealing with anything, I'm praying that you get your power back on, and y'all have an awesome, awesome day. I will see you tomorrow, and thank you so much for listening to me today. Hurricane Beryl. Fighting evil by moonlight. I should have known that the hurricane would, like, literally my favorite series of all time, would give what it needed to be given. So Queen Beryl, you did that. You did that, Queen Beryl. I can't. You did that, Queen. Bye, y'all.